People everywhere are starting to listen to him. He's going on French, British, Italian, Japanese television.
This is the Wide World of Weingarten.
Wide World of Weingarten, February 14th. It's almost 8 p.m. in Los Angeles. I needed a break today. I needed to rest after the Super Bowl, so we're getting a little bit of a late start to this post-Super Bowl Monday when the Rams are officially the champions of the National Football League, and the NFL season's over. So congratulations to the Los Angeles Rams and the entire Los Angeles Rams organization. It was awesome to be at the Super Bowl. It was my second Super Bowl that I've attended. The first was when the Rams lost to the Patriots in Atlanta in 2019. So having been at that Super Bowl and seeing how the Rams organization felt after that loss, and seeing how emotional it is when an organization loses a Super Bowl, to see them win the Super Bowl this year, it was awesome to be there. And I know that a lot of work was put into building this team and this stadium, and an organization is more than just the 53 players on the field and the coaches. So congratulations to the entire Rams organization. As you see, I'm wearing a shirt, big fan. It was really awesome, and it really sucks for the Bengals. They came really close to winning the Super Bowl. And it's such an improbable run for them. Nobody really pegged them to even be a contender, and here they were, leading in the fourth quarter until they weren't. And the fans, they showed, I would say it was at worst a 50-50 split, but the Bengals were definitely represented. They were good fans. I've been to games with 49ers fans and Raiders fans and rowdy fans and fans who like to fight. And the Bengals fans were more or less respectful. And, I sat in a guy's seat when we were trying to find our seats. I was in the wrong section, and it was a Bengals fan. And I said, sorry, yo. And he showed me, no, your seats are over there. And we said, oh, thanks, good luck, good game. It's nice when you don't have to really worry about getting assaulted at a sporting event. So the Bengals fans are good in my book, and they could have won that game. And they have Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, so they'll probably be back in the playoffs in contention. They have a core. Hopefully, this is not their last trip. I know the fans were happy to be there. But that's football. To recap some of the action, the Bengals covered the spread. The game went under. The first half spread pushed 3. The first half total went under 23.5, 24. The first quarter went over. First quarter went over 9.5 with a late Bengals field goal. The Rams covered minus half a point, -1 for the first quarter. The second half money line push. The Bengals covered the second half money line, half a point. The second half total, I don't even remember what it was. I'm pretty sure it went under, but don't quote me on that, because that was one thing I didn't bet, didn't have a chance to. I did push the second half money line. I tweeted that out. Ended up with a lucky late push there. 4 straight Super Bowl unders. Von Miller had a sack. Ended up with sacks. Von Miller had a sack in 7 of his last 8 games as a Ram. Ended up contributing, did his job, accomplished the goal, show up, win a Super Bowl. Odell Beckham delivered the early touchdown. Both, just like Von Miller, he showed up, really did his job, did what he promised to do, stepped in for Robert Woods. And Cooper Kupp ended up winning the MVP. A little surprise there. I really thought Aaron Donald was going to end up winning it, but knowing that the voting is done with 2 minutes left in the game, not totally surprised that Cooper Kupp ended up with the award. But I really do think that Cooper Kupp ends up winning it, mostly for his performance for the entire postseason run, not just the Super Bowl. Whereas if you've listened to me talk about Aaron Donald before, I think he's one of the best defensive players in the NFL at the moment. He's what I call a game-changing impact superstar playmaker level guy, a defender that can actually take over and change a game, which is incredibly rare for a defensive tackle. But he's so good. We call him a defensive tackle, but really, I mean, he could stand up. He could play defensive end. He could play linebacker if you really wanted to get crazy and aggressive. He's a defensive athlete, not so much just a hand on the ground defensive tackle. He's just a force. I don't know what you should actually call him, but Aaron Donald was worthy of the Super Bowl MVP. He was worthy of consideration for the NFL MVP, and he was absolutely in consideration for the Defensive Player of the Year. He ended up not winning any of them, but he is a Super Bowl champion, and he can contemplate retirement now. He has nothing left to prove to anybody. If he's satisfied with his football career, nobody would fault him for walking off and walking into the next stage of his career with his health. So if he does choose to retire, it would totally I would totally support that decision, because I understand a player like Donald has nothing left to prove at this point. Cooper Kupp, though, back to him for a minute, just to give you an idea of how great he performed in the fourth quarter of the playoffs this year. He ran 40 routes, 12 targets, 12 receptions, 208 yards, 2 touchdowns, 9 first downs, 5.2 yards per route run, a perfect 158.3 passer rating when being targeted. Cooper Kupp, the guy with 0 scholarship offers out of high school, ended up at Eastern Washington. Led the NFL in receptions, receiving yards, touchdowns, wins Offensive Player of the Year, and a Super Bowl MVP along the way to a Super Bowl championship. And he stays under his receptions and yardage props in the process. The Rams, the Rams. I don't know if you noticed, but they lined up in 11 personnel for the entirety of their 69 offensive plays. 11 personnel, for those unfamiliar, means 1 running back, 1 tight end, so no fullback. Which for me is I'm pro fullback. Obviously the Rams aren't. Surprised, truthfully, late in the game when we got to that Rams final drive with the penalties down to the 1 yard line. I obviously knew they were going to target Kupp. I mean, you don't get to that point in the season and not target your best receiver, especially when he's Cooper Kupp. But I did think I would have brought Aaron Donald in as a blocking back and at least, tried to run him and have him create a hole. I mean, it's the last minute of the Super Bowl. You got to think about putting Aaron Donald back there. And I wish I had a chance to ask somebody how close they were to that, or if that was ever a consideration, because that is absolutely the kind of thing that I would do if I was in charge. So maybe that's good thing that I'm not in charge, because we would have seen Aaron Donald in as at least as a blocking back, or at least as a tight end on the edge of the line that final minute of the game. At least I think the Bengals probably would have been confused and wouldn't have known what to do. But some other notes from the snap counts. The Rams starting defensive backs played 100% of the defensive snaps. That's Williams, Weddle, Scott. Ramsey didn't leave the field. Weddle tore his pec at some point, kept playing, ended up with 5 tackles. Never factored into the MVP. Unfortunately, not surprising when you take 301 guys like that. Him and Nick Scott, both like I projected, 100% usage on defense, but neither guy made the impact plays needed to have a defensive back win a Super Bowl MVP. So no winner there. Cooper Kupp deserved it, but really Aaron Donald probably absolutely deserved it too, and really could have made a case for co-MVPs. But the Rams become the first team in NFL history to win 3 straight playoff games by 3 points. Bill Barnwell broke down the game. Always recommend read his stuff when it comes out on Monday or Tuesday. He's one of the best writers in the football business at the moment. But he points out that the referees were basically instructed or determined before the game that they weren't going to call penalties, and then they called penalties in the final 2 minutes, which is anecdotally something he has observed, and I have also observed that referees call more penalties in the final 2 minutes of NFL games than the first 58 minutes. And more so, I've observed myself that Final 2 minutes of the first half, final 2 minutes of the second half tend to be the areas of the most concern when pass interference penalties increase and scoring goes up. As a guy who's totally biased towards betting unders, the last 2 minutes of the first and second halves tend to be the times that kill me the most inside, ruin my bets, ruin my day. Read Bill Barnwell's article, though. He goes into the second half stuff in more detail. But yeah, the Bengals were favorites going into the second quarter. It was easy to forget, though, that outside of 2 big plays for 121 yards, including that 75-yard play, the first play of the third quarter, where there was just an egregious face mask that wasn't called, the Rams defense limited the Bengals to 103 yards on 39 other plays. So they really bottled them up, kept them from doing much. And Rams running game's already been talked a lot about, so you don't need me to totally spend multiple minutes rehashing what did and didn't happen with Cam Akers and everything. But less than 2 yards per carry on the ground, average 1.87. 1.87 yards per carry. First team to average less than 2 yards per carry and win a Super Bowl. Although I got to check that because I think the 1999 Rams against the Titans also averaged less than 2 yards a carry and still won the Super Bowl. So, yeah, I made some money on the Rams money line. I did not make money on the spread. I made a lot of money on the under. I made money live betting Rams money line, Rams first half under, and more full game under. Had to keep betting at that point. I was pot committed. But let's go through some of the props real quick, just to see what did and didn't work out. Super Bowl props: either team to score 3 unanswered, no, plus 195. That was a loser, thanks to the Cincinnati Bengals third quarter. Any player 400 yards passing, plus 850. No luck there. Lost a dime. But it was I was fine with it. Plus 850. Thought I was getting a good bet there. Any player to rush for 200 plus yards, 100 to 1. Yeah, I've made worse bets for $100, but that was a pretty stupid one. Will the game go to overtime? Plus 925. No luck there. Did get a little bit of a shot there. I think I did all right there, although I didn't get the best price. I know there was some like 16s out there, so next year I really got to work on getting a better price on the will this game go to overtime. But total players with a pass attempt over 2.5 plus 160. Had a nice big winner on that one. 5 players actually threw passes in the game, although Johnny Hecker's pass attempt is going to be graded a loser. It was not a pass attempt. It did not appear in the box score. I'm going to definitely try to argue that he attempted a pass, but I know the rules. I know how I would grade it if I was a bookmaker, and the rules are the rules, and that's not a win. Not going to argue it, but fortunately, Cooper Kupp, as I said, Rams had a wide receiver option pass installed. They used it. A little bit of a desperate move when they used it, but that sent it over. Although, I mean, it would have sent it over, but in fact, the game had already been, the prop had already gone over because Joe Mixon scored a touchdown, threw a touchdown. So more on that in a minute, but that cashed plus 160. So nice big winner on that one. Had a lot on that one. Hecker to attempt a pass 6-1. Technically it won. I mean, you saw with your eyes, I saw with my eyes. He completed a pass. It was on a botched extra point, but nonetheless, a pass was completed. It does not appear in the box score recorded as a pass. Maybe I could argue it's in the play-by-play data, but so far nothing's come out of that. Hecker to complete a pass plus 1050 was a loser, so we're just gonna mark both of those. Mark them 0, dude. Eric Weddle MVP 300 to 1. Mark it 0. Leonard Floyd to record a sack plus 140. Won that. Greg Gaines to record a sack. Did not win that. Aaron Donald to score a touchdown. Fortunately, no luck there. Eric Weddle to score a touchdown. Nothing there. Eric Weddle to intercept a pass. 10-1. Nothing there. Brandon Powell 500-1 MVP. He got like 4 kick returns or something, but no luck. Nothing. Ben Skowronek to catch a pass, at least one pass plus 120. That actually worked out. The Ben Skowronek stuff due to injuries, unfortunately, due to Odell Beckham. Van Jefferson was out for a little while. He ended up on the field, I think, for like 40 plays or something. I got to look at the exact snap count. But Skowronek caught a pass. He actually had like 5 targets. First touchdown, no good, 80-1. None of my completion insurance bets won, so that was betting 0 through 4 completions on Burrow and Stafford, $50 each. I lost $500 there. It's insurance, but unfortunately it was $500, so yeah, that sucked. Skowronek plus 120 though worked out. That was cool. Skowronek anytime touchdown, 14-1. I feel like I had I had fair shot at that. Better shake than 14-1 with the amount of routes he ran after the injuries. But no luck there. So no 14-1 cash there. CJ Uzomah anytime touchdown, nothing. Samaje Perine anytime touchdown, nothing. Mitchell Wilcox anytime, and Wilcox first Bengals touchdown, 30 and 50. Those were both L's. Wilcox, I think, actually played 1 snap on offense, so I was wrong. I guess Uzomah was healthier than I anticipated. No Wilcox, not a surprise though. Matt Stafford anytime, did not get that, but I think we could have got that with a late quarterback sneak potentially being on the table, and they ran the Philly special. So 5-1 was a bad number. Didn't work out. Probably one of the bets I think I probably should have shopped around and done better with. Brandon Powell anytime, 25-1. No luck there. Samaje Perine 2 touchdowns. No luck there. Sony Michel 2 touchdowns. No luck there. Both of those were long shots. 85, 25-1. So minus $200 there on each of those for me. Any non-quarterback to throw a touchdown in the Super Bowl. Joe Mixon is a running back, halfback option pass to T. Higgins, 14-1. That's a winner. Sort of like the whirlwind. Let's go back and erase all those bets I just lost. So, yeah, the any non-quarterback to throw a touchdown in the Super Bowl at 14-1, basically more or less made up for all these other props that I lost. So, thank you, Joe Mixon, for being the first running back to throw a touchdown since 1980, I think. And that was awesome. The Super Bowl really delivered. And the Hall of Fame induction was pretty awesome, too. I'm really happy that Sam Mills finally got in. Sam Mills was a 5'9" middle linebacker. And it's practically unheard of to be his size and play middle linebacker and play it at the level he did for the length of time he did. And unfortunately, he passed away from colon cancer in 2005. But he's a great football player. He was also a great football coach, and his former players speak highly of him as a leader. And it's unfortunate that he wasn't there to be at his induction, but a large oversight has finally been righted in the Football Hall of Fame, and Sam Mills can call himself a Hall of Famer. His family can call him a Hall of Famer because he was a Hall of Fame level linebacker. A lot of times when we talk about what constitutes a Hall of Fame level player, in the NFL in particular, and I hope one day I can be a voter for the Professional Football Hall of Fame, because unlike unlike Cooperstown, the MLB Hall of Fame, which is more or less a joke at this point, and similar to baseball, which can more or less be a joke a lot of the time too. I'm talking about MLB in particular, not the sport of baseball, just Major League Baseball. But the NFL Hall of Fame in Canton has a committee that gets together and they discuss the finalists. And if you're very strong about a certain player, you have the opportunity to persuade the rest of the room and discuss and make cases for players. And I think I would be able to make good cases for guys who deserve to be in the NFL Hall of Fame and are potentially getting overlooked. And I like the NFL Hall of Fame. I used to have a cool spreadsheet where I predicted the year-by-year Hall of Fame inductees, and then I lost it all when I accidentally formatted a hard drive. But I like the Hall of Fame more than most. And I'm really happy that Sam Mills got in. He was, like I said, he was 5'9". He had no business being a professional football player. He got cut by the Toronto Argonauts in the CFL, and still made the NFL, had a very long career, was a leader for the Saints, and later the first iteration of the Carolina Panthers in their 1996 NFC Championship losing squad. But yeah, very, very happy, like I said, that Sam Mills is a Hall of Famer. As I am the other guys too. Tony Baselli, like I mentioned on Twitter, was one of my favorite guys to pick in the expansion draft in Madden 2002. So fond memories of these guys, and Sam Mills. I'm gonna stop talking about him now, but very happy he's in the Hall of Fame. The NFL awards and player futures were also graded this week, especially NFL player awards, and I came up short in many cases, second or third in markets. I had big tickets. I had Cooper Kupp 200-1 for MVP. That was a loser. I had Patrick Mahomes for MVP. That was a loser. I had what else? I had Jonathan Taylor for Offensive Player of the Year, 20-1. Any other year, he would have won that, and I use that argument a lot in futures discussions. I say, well, this guy in any other year would have won this award, but Cooper Kupp existed, and unfortunately, he didn't win the MVP, so I lost that 200-1, compounded with losing that 20-1. So I was out $100,000 plus on Cooper Kupp. I had Kupp to win well over $100,000, probably over 150. So that lost. I lost Jonathan Taylor, which was to win 20,000, 1,000 at 20-1, and I lost Zach Taylor for Coach of the Year, which was another 1,000 at 20-1. So besides that, I had a whole bunch of other ones. I had Jason Odafe-Oweh at a big number to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. That never really got off the ground. I mean, it did, but Micah Parsons, had such a just a massive rookie season and inserted himself into the Defensive Player of the Year conversation, which I lost money on Aaron Donald and Tavon Diggs and his 11 interceptions didn't get the job done. So I was out another couple $1,000 there. And what else was I out? Oh, Mac Jones. I lost a bunch of money on Mac Jones. I did win a little bit, like I'm saying, a little tiny bit, like a hedge on Jamar Chase because I bet him at like plus 100 or minus 110. But basically that just took out most of my Mac Jones losses. I bet him at like 8-1 before the right after Cam Newton got cut. So, kind of front running the news before the bookies change the odds. That's a great future strategy if you're getting into this stuff. But so I literally lost, got skunked in NFL awards, and futures were not much better. I did not have the Rams. I did not have the Bengals. I had some Packers. I had some Dolphins. I had some Saints at a big number. I had the 49ers to win the NFC, so I hedged that a little bit with the Rams. So this was a situation where I've talked about before when you get these sort of double or triple witching weeks with awards and futures. I was going into the Super Bowl already significantly down a lot of money in various accounts this week, just from futures processing, and I was aware of it. I knew this was going to happen, so it's not like I was in for a shock. I'd planned ahead of time that this week I know I'm going to be down X amount of money across these accounts before I even start. So I went into the Super Bowl being the responsible adult that I am with no children. I bet more money on the Rams money line, especially after I did the Captain Jack betting Supercast 56, and I saw that the sharps, all the sharp people that participated, practically independent of one another, bet the Rams money line, and the reason was that they thought it was cheap. So I bet more on the Rams money line. I live bet more on the Rams money line, especially when it was even money late in the fourth quarter. I was like, come on, I'm just at this point, I'm pot committed. I'm going to add to my, if you liked it at minus 190, you're going to love it at even money. And I said, well, I sure do. And I had a lot on the under. I had a lot on under 49. I had some under 49.5, minus 115. I love unders. I love it when they stay under, and I love it when they go a little bit higher live, and I was able to get some 53 or 52 or something. So I was really, really into the Rams and the under, and had the Bengals and the Bengals and the over one. This podcast today would I'd still probably be doing it, but I'd probably be very sad, and that Lego train behind me might be on the eBay block, as will a whole bunch of other things had I lost. But I didn't. The Rams won. Don't have to worry about that. We move on. But yeah, NFL awards were awful. Futures, awful. I lost a lot, and I think there's this perception when you talk about futures all the time that you just win all the time, and just want to show you that that's not true. I lost every market on NFL futures this year, and I had some really great numbers. I had 200 to 1, 20 to 1s, and I think you absolutely could make a case that Cooper Kupp deserved it, especially after the playoffs. But this is a regular season award, so the voters did what they do, and he only got one vote. Zach Taylor didn't win. Maybe he should have. The Bengals made it to the Super Bowl, almost won. But that's the way it is. You lose. You make the bets knowing that every one of them could lose, and so you ask yourself, well, what are you prepared to lose every one of these bets? And yes, I was, and I did, and I'm still here to talk to you. I'm not broke. I didn't end up losing a ton of money, but that's what happens, is sometimes you lose all your bets, and the next day goes on, and you keep betting, and that's what we're gonna do. So we're almost 28 minutes into this. Gonna take a quick break so you can hear from our sponsors, or sponsor, whoever they may be, and I will be back for a lesson on baseball cards and baseball card economics and some golf talk. So stay tuned for that. I'll be back in a minute. Welcome back, Wide World of Weingarten. This is the second half of the show. I just went over the Super Bowl, went over NFL awards and futures, and talked about how I lost across the board on them. And that's that. That's what happens sometimes. You just get swept in every market and lose all your money you bet on futures, and you're prepared for it or you're not. In this case, I was prepared for it. So I'm not out that much money. I'm just out my ego on this market. So fortunately, I had an excellent baseball futures season, and we're gonna get back into baseball this week. There's no time off in my brain. We go right from football into baseball season. Today is the first day of baseball season for me. And if you follow me on Twitter, you see I've been tweeting. I put up for sale this Julio Rodriguez Sparkle Speckle Chrome Refractor. If you can see, trying to get it close to the camera in a nice way, so you can get the shininess. You can see it's got this beautiful rainbow sparkle foil. It's autographed. It's a Julio Rodriguez PSA 10, 2019 Bowman Chrome Refractor. I sold it for $2,800. Tomorrow it will go in an envelope, much like this one in front of me. I will put it inside here, like this. Basically, I'll put the guy's name on it, put some insurance, take some pictures of me packing it, so he can't claim fraud or damage or any crap like that a week from now. Personally, as a seller, you always have to protect yourself like that on eBay, because eBay is very buyer friendly. But PSA cards are hard to, oh, this came damaged. Well, it's in the case, so okay, send it back. You can't. It's number 270 out of 299, so you can't send me back the other card. You can't send me back a fake autograph. It's this card is the only thing you're gonna send me back if you don't like it. But my auctions also say no refunds, no returns. So, keep that in mind, buyers. Jason's eBay store, we don't take returns. You buy it, it's yours now. So, anyways, I sold this for $2,800, and somebody on Twitter, multiple people actually asked me, why would you sell a Julio Rodriguez rookie first Bowman card right now in the middle of February before the baseball season starts? When this card could be worth double that in a couple months, or triple that maybe. Who knows what it's going to be worth? Okay, and I'll tell you exactly why I sold it. Okay, because I bought this card for $1,500 approximately 1 year ago. And at the time, $1,500 was a lot to pay for a card. It's still a lot to pay for a baseball card. But I bought it knowing that if I paid $1,500 for it now, I could sell it for more money. So I bought it for $1,500. I sold it for $2,800. So we're talking about a $1,300 gross profit. But remember, it's eBay, so they're taking out their 12%. I didn't do the exact math, but I was thinking like leaves me with like a $990 profit, whatever, after shipping, whatever. Give or take, I'm gonna make just under $1,000 on this transaction, which you're gonna say like, wow, like, is that good? Is that bad? I mean, I don't know. Like, on one hand, it depends how you value $1,000. On the other hand, it's how you value your baseball cards, your inventory. I like, truthfully, like, I wasn't in love with the idea of selling this card, but I'll explain to you why I was willing to do it. The net sale price after eBay takes their 12%, it's like $300 or whatever. It's gonna be like $1,500. So like I said, I make $1,000 on the card. I sell this. I don't have to worry about holding a card that I don't display. I don't care about. I don't look at it. I don't talk to it. I don't have any attachment to Julio Rodriguez. Somebody else gets the card. I get the money. And the reason I was happy to sell it is because, well, everybody was busy betting the Super Bowl this last week. DraftKings put up MLB player futures. They put up Cy Young, they put up MVP, and they put up Rookie of the Year. So we have a lot to talk about, and I don't have enough time to talk about every one of those markets today. And also being February 14th, Valentine's Day, we don't have to talk about every single market, every single bet just now. But I've already started betting the player futures. I've taken some bets. We can talk all about them this week, next week. We can talk about them till there's nothing left to talk about. But today I want to focus on the AL Rookie of the Year market. It's available at DraftKings. DraftKings is the only place I've seen it. Doesn't mean it's not available other places. Just means it's the only place I've looked, the only place I've seen it. And Julio Rodriguez, the aforementioned guy here, is 16-1. So knowing that this dude is 16-1, I was happy to sell this card, get $2,500 or so. I'm gonna take that $2,500. I'm gonna bet him to win the Rookie of the Year at 16-1, and hopefully I'm gonna double that $2,500 16 times when he wins Rookie of the Year this year, because I'm very high on Julio Rodriguez. I just don't have any attachment to his card. So $2,500 on Julio Rodriguez at 16-1 is my first bet of the 2022 baseball season, wherever that may be, whenever that may start. That's at DraftKings. But back to the card real quick, the economics. So I bought this. I made about $1,000, slightly less net profit. I'm going to take that money. I'm going to invest it in Julio Rodriguez again to win the Rookie of the Year at 16-1. Either I'm going to win 16 times my money, or I'm going to be out $2,500. And again, by the end of the season, I'm going to have way more than $2,500 on the AL Rookie of the Year. So It was just the first bet of the season, but I'm very confident that Julio Rodriguez 16-1 is an awful price. That even if he's not up for the first month of the season, that if he truly is the next Mike Trout, we're looking at a generational talent, and 16-1 is too high. He should be like 5-1 with Adley Rutschman. And if we see a nice look at him in spring training, especially without the veterans there to take up playing time, I can definitely see his odds drop once more people get a look at him. So my first bet of the baseball season, if you've made it this far, is Julio Rodriguez, AL Rookie of the Year, 16-1. That's the first bet. I have another bet that I'll give out later this week. I still need to get down on it a little bit more, but it's a division future that I think has a lot of variance, not priced in if the season is delayed or shortened in any way. But we'll have a lot of baseball to talk about. So just to wrap up the Julio Rodriguez stuff, at $2,800, I sell this to whoever I sold it to, some guy in Texas, it looks like, from the eBay stuff. So I'm going to mail it to this dude tomorrow. I needed it tonight for the show to show you. I'm going to mail it tomorrow morning, goes out overnight, whatever. At $2,800, if he wants to relist it and sell this card on eBay, he's going to have to sell it for over $3,000. If he sells it for $3,000 and eBay takes out their 12% out of the $3,000, he's not going to make his $2,800 back on what he bought it. So just selling this card at 28, once again, Julio Rodriguez, Bowman Chrome, selling it at 2,800. The new buyer now has to sell it at over probably 3,300 plus to come close to breaking even on his purchase. So congratulations to him, and good luck flipping this card. As I say to every buyer who buys a high-end card from me, it is your problem now. Don't ask me what you should do with it after you buy it. It's yours. It's your problem. You figure it out. Baseball cards, man. It's a rough business, but yeah, $2,500 on J-Rod to win the Rookie of the Year. That's one of the takeaways from this. The other takeaway is speculating on a card for an entire year. A $1,500 investment made me approximately just under $1,000, and that's before long-term capital gains takes their cut. So that will definitely take the almost four figures that this card brought in profit down to a paltry 3 figures. That's what you have to look forward to in the wide world of baseball card trading on eBay. And I mean, I could have sold it for cash. I could have sold it for to somebody on Twitter or whatever. But yeah, not upset about the price. I think it's a fair deal, and it's your problem now, buyer. So enjoy your card. And that's just a little lesson in baseball economics and how I think about card value for you. As far as golf, the final thing I wanted to talk about this day, just I know this is running a bit long, but Sahith Theegala, I have trouble saying his first name, but I do love betting on him. I'd been betting on him every week for the last couple months. I had him at Pebble Beach. This week I was busy. I cut down my golf card a little bit, and he was in the lead late. He was one of the favorites for a while. He was about 6-1 at the beginning of the fourth round. Dropped a little bit. He was in contention all the way down the stretch till he hit the water late, as one does, unfortunately, at TPC Scottsdale in the fourth round when you're a sponsor's exemption rookie, competing with Patrick Cantley and Scotty Scheffler. Scheffler ended up winning a 3-hole playoff, so congratulations to him on his first tour win, 28-1. But Thiegs, as I call him, he showed up, played well. A lot of fans were made this weekend, and he didn't win, but I'm bittersweet because I wanted him to win. But I also was really disappointed in myself that I didn't even throw $100 on him at 200 to 1, or $150 or something. That's a nice payday. No top 5, no top 10. Those would have paid out very, very nice too. I did do all right though. I had some Horschel top 10 at 5.5 to 1. I had Matsuyama, I had Killer Keith, I had John Rahm. Those were all, some of those were some dead heats, I think. I actually have to look. But overall, again, this was a frustrating golf week, especially when you consider that the back-to-back event, same course in Dubai. I had Ryan Fox the first week. I bet him at 50 to 1. He did not look good. I left him off my card the second week. He won clear by 5 shots. Was not in much danger at all in the final round. Shot 22 under, next best. Ross Fisher was 17 under. A lot of names that I like up near the top of the leaderboard that would have been in contention had Fox not run away with it. Kawamura, Becker, George Kotze, Justin Harding, Jazz, Jane Watanand, and Thurston Lawrence all shot 13 under or better, as did Daniel Van Tonder, also at 13 under. So a bunch of names, guys I liked, were top 20s. Had top 20s, especially Thurston Lawrence. I think he's a guy I'm still going to have to, I'm still committed to betting on a while longer at huge odds. But really disappointing week golf-wise. Had Fox 2 weeks ago, left him off this week. Had Thagala 2 weeks ago, Pebble Beach, top 5, top 10, top 20. Left off Thagala, top 5, top 10, top 20, and to win this week. So really was one of just those examples of being a week late or a week early, and you just hope that your golf bets align on the right stuff the right week. And being a week off it's not like a horse. The horse just lost. Well, that's what happens. I mean, you're supposed to just lose. It's it happens a lot in golf. You're always gonna have runner-ups and second places and third places and guys who eject late in competitive situations. So it sucked, but that's just kind of how golfing and how gambling goes. So fortunately the Super Bowl managed to save me more or less, what could have been, all things considered with futures and the game going over and the Bengals winning. It could have really created a cascade of a bad week. It could have turned it into a really bad week, and not an end of the world catastrophe sort of bad week, but I mean, nobody likes to lose, and you don't like to lose big. You don't like to lose big the last week of football season going into semi sort of vacation and study mode. So you see all these books behind me. February is usually an ample time to catch up on stuff that I'm behind on reading. I'm always behind on reading, as you could tell. But yeah, so time to really focus on baseball. I'm going to be talking about that every day. Like I said, if you made it this far and you somehow skipped over it, Julio Rodriguez, Rookie of the Year, AL Rookie of the Year, 16 to 1 is my first bet of the season. I think that number is egregiously high. I would have made it, personally, I would have made it like 6 or 7 to 1. Just to give you a little indication of what my numbers look like. He's not 16 to 1 on my numbers, but my numbers also project him being up the first week of May or the second week of May at the latest. I think personally he should break camp with the Mariners, but we'll have ample time to get into service time manipulation as the season gets closer. So goodbye, Julio Rodriguez. You brought me some joy for a little bit, but truthfully, you mostly just sat on my bookshelf, and I wondered why you were there. And now you will be somebody else's problem. And tomorrow we will be back. I will be back. Got a lot of golf to talk about. I already bet some top 10s tonight as a new tradition. I like to randomly bet some top 10s and stuff on Monday nights when the PPHs put them out. Low limits. I'm not really moving the markets or anything. It's just some off-screen rack betting, so nobody has to get their panties in a bunch about me smashing stuff before limits go up. But yeah, I bet that, and I bet Molinari. I bet Francesco Molinari was an early bet of mine at Riviera. I'll likely go either Thursday or Sunday. Hopefully Thursday and Sunday, but let's be honest, it'll likely only be Sunday. Molinari, it's a home course for him. He's a member at Riviera, so bet on him. That's going to be a common theme this week. A lot of people are going to tout him. I got like 120 to 1, $200, $220. It's like that was enough to win $25,000. So if Molinari wins his tournament at his home course, that'd be really cool. But don't buy into that narrative too much. You're going to hear a lot of that this week. And then former champ Bubba Watson. He got a nickel out of me. I don't know why. But he got a nickel out of me at 40 to 1 early. And I'm going to be there. I'm going to watch him. I'm going to hopefully watch Maverick McNeely, who I saw is 90 to 1. I haven't bet on him. I'm just waiting for Chris to kind of firm up their numbers and see what I can get there. Obviously, I'll have to bet some Maverick McNeely if I can get some 100 there. And Thiegs, I'm going to have to bet Thiegs again. Sahich Tagala, who I promise I'll learn to say his name by tomorrow. I'll be betting him again at 130 to 1. Top 5, top 10, top 20 this week. Slightly smaller amounts because, most likely he's going to miss the cut or something now that I'm betting on him. But gonna get a FOMO bet on him. And Molinari and Watson are my early bets to win. 25 and 20 between them. You can put them in for whatever amounts you want. But those are my two early plays, Molinari, Watson, and Julio Rodriguez, AL Rookie of the Year. That is the first bet of the baseball season. I will get spreadsheets up, and they'll be on VSiN in some form, so you can take a look at them in the near future. And we're going to track all this baseball betting, so you can see really in day-to-day fashion what my exposure is this year. It'll be a really fun project, I promise. It'll make one of us throw up at some point. So thank you for listening. Congratulations to the Los Angeles Rams. I had a great time at the Super Bowl. Can't wait to go to another one. I'm expecting it to be next year when the Rams defend their title, and I don't know where the Super Bowl is, but I should probably book a hotel room because I plan on being there. Super Bowl is one of my favorite things, and I highly recommend bucket listing it, trying to go 1 year or any year, and if you can make it multiple years, hey, it's really cool. I had a lot of fun going to all three of the playoff rounds. I went to all three of the 4 playoff rounds at SoFi, and they were all great games and memorable year of football. So thank you for listening. I hope some of you guys got the 14 to 1 any other player to score a touchdown. So made some money on some of the props, made some money on some of the stuff I did last week. I had a lot of fun on Captain Jack's thing, and Rob Zolla's Circles Off podcast. There was a lot of inter-industry stuff last week, a lot of stuff that was really fun to work on other people's projects. So yeah, you'll probably see some more of that coming up. I don't know. But it was a good week. Thank you for listening. Thank you for making it a good football season, even if I didn't deliver anything with the player futures. I promise we will do much better for baseball. And it is now baseball season, so expect a lot more content. And as always, we'll cover the golf and try to make some money there. Thank you for listening, and bring on the baseball.